Well, sometimes I have to go out and get things, and I can make some nice finds from time to time. I always have a craving for ice cream no matter what season, and people look at me weird because of that. I ended up at Target this week, and I wanted ice cream, but I didn't want to have too big of a package, but I saw Klondike bars, and I said, that. And I was thinking it was just a 3-pack, no, it's 6. And it's like, okay, it'll last a little longer. And, of course, we all know the commercials. What would you do for a Klondike bar? Well, I looked at the wrapper more closely on the one that I ate, and one suggestion there was to give up social media for a week. And it's like, well, that app formerly known as Twitter, I hardly ever post on that now. Social media is a dumpster fire. I've largely cut back on my activity over the years. So, yeah, I don't think that would be a problem for me. Sometimes I just go onto my Facebook newsfeed and hit like on different things and don't comment on things, because if you comment on things, people will comment back, and that can get really annoying because some people just want to start arguments. I think that's called being a contrarian. Yes, there we go. All right. There was that. Yeah, I'm a nerdy history major, so sometimes I have to feed myself history, and that meant going to a lecture at the Minnesota History Center on Saturday afternoon. And it was a pretty good one for me. I mean, it, of course, was local history about the Cedar Riverside neighborhood of Minneapolis, and I know that if I put myself in those types of events that I'm going to learn something. I did there. I mean, I've been in that neighborhood a lot because, I mean, the Minnesota Fringe Festival is in that general area, and I performed there. And they profiled the building I performed at. Back in the day, I guess it was called Riverside Cafe, but it's now Acadia, and I performed at, once they changed the name to Acadia, and professor from a local college was showing her short documentary film, and it was about the protest activity in that neighborhood when the high-rise housing complex was being built. And yeah, I mean, I was largely unfamiliar with that. I mean, I see that building all the time when I'm driving on I-94, though. It's also a reminder of one thing that I remember my dad saying to me when I moved to Minnesota. He said, hey, say hi to Mary Tyler Moore for me. And since I moved here, I'm quite aware of how we still love the Mary Tyler Moore Show in this area, even though it went off the air decades ago. Why? Because in this short documentary, they did have a clip from that TV show that was relevant to the story. And it's like, yeah, even on WCCO in the past month, they profiled the house that was on that TV show as well, and also about the owner of the house not wanting to have them film there again so she can put up signs like impeach Nixon. And it's like, yeah, I guess that would scare people away. All right. Well, there was that. And then I, of course, have to eat like everybody else. And I like good deals on good food I don't have to cook. I went to the Czech and Slovak Festival. That's not far from here on West 7th. And a month ago, and then I saw a discount for their dinner on Czech National Day, and it's like, yeah, I'll go to that. Well, they finally had the dinner on Sunday, and yeah, pretty good dinner, more than what I normally pay, but I understand that it's a fundraiser for that organization, so not a big deal. I was at a table where I think most of those people there were family, and I was next to a dude that kept cracking jokes that just didn't land. And normally I would say to somebody like that is, you're trying too hard, but I just let him keep trying. I don't know why either. I guess because I don't want to make a scene because it ain't worth it when I'm probably not going to see him again. His first joke was, oh, you haven't put in your card yet for the door prize drawing. And he tried to say that the door prize was a month-long trip to the Czech Republic. And I said, dude, that has to be a joke, because who goes on vacation for a month? 2 weeks maybe, and then he admitted, yeah, it was a joke. You know what the door prize was? A glass pumpkin. And then he tried to make another joke saying, you're going to win it, Lyle. And I said, what would I do with it? No, I didn't win the glass pumpkin. And it's just as well, because I probably would have given it away right away, and that probably wouldn't have been a polite thing to do there, I would expect. So, yay for the things that I don't have to deal with on that. And then I noticed, apparently I was at a table that was technically royalty, because there was a young lady that I guess is an ambassador for the Czech and Slovak organization that went up front and sang the national anthem for not only the USA but the Czech Republic, and it's like, oh, cool. I mean, it should have been a big deal to me, but I mean, I didn't know until the end. It's like, okay, I just heard other people tell their stories, and it also included. I guess the grandpa of somebody there who must have been speaking in Czech, and then he ended up eating his lemon, and then the dude that kept trying to crack jokes saying, oh, that's not appropriate. I ended up eating my lemon after that. It's like, well, that's often when I get the courage is, I have to see somebody else do it first. Oh, and the bank story. They tried having an apple cider event this week at the bank, except it was a 2-hour event, and I go there halfway through, and they're already out. But I got some donut holes, and it's like, yeah, you should have planned a little better on how much apple cider. Call me crazy on that. I'm not going to complain about it. I mean, it was a free event offered by the building manager. Well, that'll do it for me. They've all been great.